Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. Today we're going to do watercolor in our art journal. We are using our Faber-Castell art journal, magazine that we've been using for watercolor. I gessoed it with my favorite folk art gesso, and I started recording and my thing stopped, so I just got a little yellow there. I will get on to that. Right now, I'm using the Koh-i-Noor watercolor wheel. You get all of these in the wheel. This is the lid. I've been using this for years. This is actually my second one. Um, this is student grade. You can get this at Dick Blick for about $5 right now, and you can get it at your local AC Moore and Michael's. Look in their watercolor section. Use your coupon. Sometimes they sell for $9, $10, I think at the most, but use a coupon, you'll get it very inexpensively. It was requested that I use inexpensive watercolors to do because I did show the Martha Stewart crafts one, which I love. Um, and somebody had went out and looked at the prices and thought it was too expensive for them, which I totally respect and agree. And when you don't have a lot of money, you can't spend a lot of money, so these are very affordable. I'm also going to use these Winsor Newton. If you've been with me, I've used these. They're well loved. And I'm going to use these as well. And all I've done is taken some water, sprayed them to get them activated. Same with these, so I can show you these colors. The Winsor Newton's a little bit more expensive, a little bit more. It's a student, like where you get all the colors at first. I want to say it was like $14, $15, something like that. Just look up the Winsor Newton and you'll see it, and you'll get it on the Amazon. I'm using my Martha Stewart paintbrushes, but I also have gotten requested to play with the Martha Stewart acrylic watercolors more, which that'll be coming up too. So, well, let's go. Okay, so all I did was gessoed, and you can see I just put some yellow down. I wet my brush, but I want my brush, kind of dry. And I'm just going to go in and add some of the light color. I like to go lighter, first. And I'm just gonna go. I don't care that the text is coming through. Some of the text is coming through. I don't care. It'll just be, what it is. It's a mixed media watercolor background. Now, you also can, I gotta use this because I have color in my other water bottles. You can also spray your paper a little bit just so it helps it flow a little bit. And you can see the way the magazine is, the way the paper is, when it gets wet, it's kind of flowing, and I'm just gonna let it like that. I'm not gonna bother. Not gonna bother it. You can wet your brush a little bit more. And we're just gonna go in. And I'm adding this because I'm gonna add some colors that kind of blend and match and change into different colors, I guess I should say. So I'll rinse my brush. And I will definitely link down below and at the end of the video for you to go back and look for more art journals pages that I did in this magazine because I love it. All right, so now this is yellow. I'm going to try to stick with more basic colors and mixing. So I'm going to go in, and I don't know the colors names, but I just want to show you the colors. Going to wet it a little bit, and then I'm just going to kind of tap in and see what we get. This is open here a little bit. Oh, I might want it a little cleaner. And I'm using this big brush. It's a 7/8 inch, and it's a fluffy, thick brush. But I like how it kind of, look. I love that it picks up the texture of the gesso and is almost turning green. But I'm going to go in, let's try this color right here. I'm just kind of exit around the yellow a little bit. And then let's try this color. Ooh, that's a nice blue. We'll put it in here. Oh, I like it. I'm just adding it, and we're doing a background with some watercolor. We're gonna put, maybe a quote or something on. I don't know, or maybe nothing. I don't know. I like how bright that is. Okay, purple and red. Let's do some red. If I use red here, we'll get some orange coming. And if you need it wetter, or you need it to run a little bit more, just squirt it. It's not going to hurt nothing. because it will reactivate the colors. Now, some people might want to use watercolor paper, and you might, not want to gesso it, and that's okay. That's your prerogative. You can do what you want to do. Bobby Brown says it. It's my prerogative. Yeah, look at that purple coming. Look at that. Oh. See how that gives you a nice purple? I'm going to pull some of this blue up here just with my brush and mix it in here. I might have to change it. This brush might be too much. It might be too much of a soaker-upper, as they say. Let's put this brush away for now. Let's see if I get better with, let's do this round brush. This is, what brush are you? 14. Martha Stewart. And I got that nice point. We're going to wet it and go in. Let's get some more red. Yeah, this might be better. Gonna cut. Now look how dark. See the difference in the brush? How much darker I'm getting with using this different brush, because there's more pigment. It's able to hold more pigment. And I'm just gonna kind of go in. And like I said, right here is a puddle of the blue, just where it's sitting. But look, see how it's making purple? And now it's making brown, so I'm going to rinse that off a little bit, get a little bit more red. Put it on top. Yeah. Look at that, how bright. This is a good brush. This is a really good brush to use. I got to make sure I put it with my water, because I have my watercolor brushes separate, because I will ruin all of these with my mixed media. And I don't want to do that because I like it. Let's do a little bit more blue in here. Yeah. Do you see that purple coming? Oh. So blue, obviously blue and red make purple. Let me do a little bit of white, just a little bit to lighten that up a little bit. But look at the background we're getting. See how we're working? And my goal here is to use the basic colors. Use, blue, use red, use yellow as we're doing here, and get more color. So if you can only go and you want to try the Martha Stewart watercolors, if you go get yourself like, a blue color, like primary blue, red, and yellow, we're going to make a bunch of different colors on here out of just those three. Now I'm going to do it with these, but I will also do a video coming up with the Martha Stewart, so you can kind of see the difference, and that, they're equally as good. They're equally, there's nothing to hate. So I'm going to rinse my brush. I don't want that on there right now. Gonna dry it a bit. I'm gonna take some more of this yellow and then a little bit of this yellow. And I'm gonna go down here. I didn't rinse my brush good enough. It's all right. And then what I'm gonna do, excuse my arm, I'm sorry. I've been cleaning my room. All I do is rearrange and throw away. But all right, so I'm gonna add some more red with that right here and get some orange coming in here. It's like magic. Like, you do it and you leave it sit for a second and it just blends together, and I just love it. Look at that. Orange. Now I can go here and look. It just blends all them colors. Oh gosh, I just love, I love. Let's see. Let's do some of the red up here. I'm going to pull from here. Look at that red. I get excited over color. I can't help it. All right, I'm going to go up in here. I'm going to just wet the tip of it. I know, it looks a hot mess right now. It's all right. It's okay. You got to go with it. We're going and flowing. Oh, see, I love that. Oh, gosh. Okay. I think we need more green, though. So I need some more yellow and blue. So I'm going to lay down my, I'm mixing colors there. I took some of that off. Let's do some yellow here. And then we'll do some blue on there. Ugh, I end up talking to myself. I'm so sorry. I get so excited. I'm like, oh, I just can't stand myself. And then let's tap this in. And let's see what happens. Just gonna blend it. Oh, yeah. Now look how cool that looks, like clouds almost, right? Let me move in a bit. Maybe you could see a little bit better. Oh yeah. Now of course you can use your green if you want. I'm just trying to get you guys to like see that you mix these colors and you see what you get. But you don't have to have a million colors, especially if you're starting out, especially if you want to play. There's nothing wrong with that. You see the great texture? Just adding it everywhere. I'm gonna rinse my brush just because those colors will muddy. And I think I'm gonna go in with this bright yellow on top, down below here. Yeah, that's a cool green too. You know what I want to do? I want to take some white and lay it in and like lighten it. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Oh, I love it. 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 Okay. All right. I'm gonna fill up right there. So what colors do I want? I think I might just go in for, get some water off of here so I don't have to soak my brush. I think I'm going to go in with some of this blue. Look at that beautiful color. And I'll kind of break this up here. Run that right there. Now, of course, it'll dry later, so don't worry, like, oh, it's too dark. All right, now I'm just going to kind of squiggle this down here. Just to add a little bit to break it up, like it flew down here. All right, now I got to work over here, and then I will show you the next quick thing, how I will add a little bit more of me to it, and then, our background. So, and then I want to use the fan brush. I want to show you that. Down here, do we need something brighter? We got some red, blue. I'm going to go in with some more blue. And I'm just going to take this into that, into this. I need some purple in my life, I think. So I think I'm just going to cut through that yellow, get some green. Okay. You can see where it's drawing, and it does come up lighter, and that's okay. You layer and layer and layer. That's the fun of it. And it kind of like gives you, places to go. I mean, look how I'm doing the blue, and it's, nothing wrong with that. A little dark, but guess what? Guess what? We can add some red. Let's add this red right here. Look at that beautiful purple. Look at that. Yeah. And I'll drag that up a little bit. Oh, I love it. Okay, I can't even. Can't even. Let's see if this helps see the colors better. Look at that. And you see how it's starting to dry and it's lighter. Oh, I just love it. I love paint. I love paint in any capacity because it's just so much fun. I mean, it's just, this work is definitely different than acrylics, but it doesn't matter. Now, if I want this little darker red over here, I'm just going in with my red and I'm going to twirl my brush a bit and then I'm going in. Look. Maybe I want some orange because I don't see that I have enough orange around. I have some there, but I will go in with some yellow and maybe just mix it here a little bit. And then if you're like, oh, that's a little too much, you know, for me, just draw your brush off on your paper and roll it through. And pick some of that back up. Draw your brush, do it again until you're happy with it. And then just move it around how you want it. Oh, I just get too excited. Too excited. I could sit here for hours and make layer after layer. Okay, so I'm just kind of looking. You see how it dries. I'm okay with all this. This is, I love this. So I just got to do something over here. So I think I'm going to pull more of the yellow and kind of lay it in here to bring some of the orange in between. Yeah, yeah. A little bit up here. You can hear me scrubbing. You know, I don't think really you're supposed to scrub with watercolor, but I am. And I'm going to do a little bit darker red here. And then we're going to go in with a fan brush. Where did I? Let's do this red. And I hold it way back here. I hold it like that for many reasons. I don't want to have so much control that I'm, you know what I mean? I just kind of want to do my thing. And sometimes when my hand hurts, which it's been hurting, I do it. So depends on what you want. What you want. A little bit of blue with that to make it a little bit darker purple. Oh yeah. The texture that you can get. Oh, just look at the texture. Oh, a little bit more. Let's do a darker purple here. I'm going to put the blue down first. That's a nice purple too. It's not like so much like that. It's like darker, like a more, I'm just going to dab into some red. That's cool. Rinse your brush. Pull a little bit of that out. Okay. Oh, I could sit and play. Okay, so you get my drift. So this is what I'm doing. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to add some, I don't know, some different texture on it. And that means this is like the softest freaking brush. It's a 10 fan. It's like I could put on, oh, that's beautiful. I don't know what it's made of, but it's so nice. I want to do white and I want to do acrylic white. Or you could, you know what, I'll just use the gesso. Maybe you don't have it. Maybe you only have gesso because you bought gesso to do, who knows. But you can use acrylic paint as well. And I'm just doing a little ploop there. I'm going to move this out the way. And then I'll show you how these close up too. I'm going to add a little bit of water. I'm going to wet my brush. And now it looks like a wet dog. I'm going to go in here and kind of pick that up. And I'm going to get white everywhere. Now, if you don't want to do that because you end up with it everywhere like I do, no big deal. Put it in your fan brush and just kind of lightly go in and tap to get, you know, some of that texture of the drips, because it's going to sink in to the watercolor, because it's not, the watercolor isn't, it's more transparent and it's not permanent kind of thing. But I just love it all. But you can just go tap it in just so it adds some, you know, texture. So let's say we're looking here and we're like, oh, that's dark. Like, that's dark, not digging that. Go in with more of the white and just kind of tap with your brush and kind of blend it, because it's going to blend in and take those harsh edges off, which I like harsh edges, but it's up to you. And you just kind of tap and pull it and it'll soften up a bit. I like it. It's abstract. I like it. I'm going to go for a little bit more white. And yes, you can do it with paint. We'll do it with some dark watercolor paint. I'm going to wet my brush again. This is just a background, abstract background, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go a little bit more. Because I like it because it pushes the main color back a bit. And you can see. I just love it. I just love it. Like I said, maybe here you wanted a little. So that's going to reactivate the watercolor paint. Okay. Now let's say we want to splash with a color. And we'll use this to splash. But of course, use whatever you're using. You can get Crayola watercolor. It's just as good to play around and everything like that. I think we need I want a dark color. And I would like more green. I didn't make as much green as I should have or wanted to. So I'm going to go in with this green. I'm just going to put it on my fan brush. I'm going to get some water here and kind of make a little puddle. A little bit of water. A little bit more. Oh, now let me tell you, in the Martha Stewart ones, you get silver and gold. I mean, there are so many beautiful colors that you could, you know, like play with. Now, I know somebody will ask me, what other colors can you add? Well, you can take whatever colors you have. Let me show you. It's hard to sit and do like all the same. I think I just splashed myself on my face. Which it's hard to do all the same, you know, sit for hours and play, because, you know, who the heck wants to sit and watch me splash for 6 hours? But yes, you can. We'll take some red next. I'm just going in with the red. I will make a little pile here so I get some water. And then you splash. And there is not a darn thing wrong with splashing on the colors. It makes it abstract. It makes it pretty. There's nothing. And think about this. Like I said, this will be a background for me, but think about this. You can go in and you can take your markers or even your smaller paint brushes, and you can like outline in black or gray or whatever you want, and you can doodle. You can doodle on the lighter ones. You can really do whatever you want. You know, it doesn't matter. And like I said, you just go in, and if you're like, oh, this is too dark, it's watercolor. Just move it around. Move it around. Wet it. You know what I mean? Wet it. Go in here a little bit. Suck up some of it with a dry brush. And it disappears. So you can't mess up. I know so many people are worried with acrylics, like, oh, I can't, you know, if I mess up and this and that. I love messing up. Because it just gives you opportunity to kind of like figure out, and, you know, usually when you do it and you figure it out, you're not hating on it anymore. Like when you're done, you're like, oh, that turned out better than I thought. Now I'm just going to go in with some red, and I'm going to add just some random strokes. My brush is a little wet. It's going to pull some of that white through. All right, see, I love this. And what this is going to do is calm down a little bit of the darker colors. Don't make it muddy. Just pull a little bit. And if you feel like you got too much, grab some white, you know, and just keep splashing on. I love it. Like I said, it's not, oh, I love these puddles. So what this does is it screws on. Bum, bum, bum. This is great for travel. Bum, bum, bum. You want to let them dry before you put them away. And then you have your lid, and they're all together compact, and you throw them in your bag, or if you are on your bed, if you're, you know, you're sick or having a bad day, or on your couch, wherever, you're good to go. Good to go. So there's no mistakes. It's just abstract. Now, when I dry it, now if you dry it first and then go and put your white gesso on it, or white paint or other colors, you'll get a little bit of a brighter white dot kind of look. Now look, you can see right here I got a little puddle of water. Well, I can just go in with my paper towel and dab it a little bit, and it'll come up. So you don't have to worry. And you saw all I did. Like, I'm having a bad day today. I'm not having a great day. I'm in a lot of pain and just got a lot going on. But I wanted to paint, and I wanted to just play around. And that's when I saw that it was being requested for an inexpensive watercolor set. I was like, here you go, sit and play. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And if you turn it this way, you get a completely different look. Do you see what I'm saying? For me, I love the blue and the, like, I love the way it travels through, especially when you turn it. Now, maybe you want to turn it this way. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you get a completely different look. So it's almost like geodes in a sense. Not, believe me, don't leave me nasty comments. It's not, I know it's not a geode look kind of thing, but you can definitely see if you do the darker outline with more of the watercolor and deeper, and how you kind of go lighter and lighter, you really can get cool, that geo-esque kind of look. But I mean, look, and how it blends together. It's delicious. I can't even stand it. And by the way, this is the travel, and it does come with a little brush. So if, you know what I mean, this is great too. This is the brush you get. And I mean, it works fine. I'll wet it. I'll show you. Let me see what colors. Maybe I'll do more dots. If you don't like to splash because you don't like to get it everywhere, like I get it everywhere, I got some white. You can just go in and pop them where you want them. Or even yet, take your gel pen, whatever color you want, white, black, orange, pink, glitter. And you see, you just add it, you know, wherever you want it. And you get some white dots. So you see, you can do whatever you want. Use a Q-tip. It doesn't matter. You can use watercolors and paint with whatever you have. And that's the fun of it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share me everywhere. I do appreciate it. And if you're not already and you would like to be, please subscribe down below. Check out the other videos that I have. I will put the links down below and around here. About now, they should be coming up. And yeah, we'll do more. Like I said, we'll do more of the Martha Stewart's to show you. We'll do all kinds of stuff. I have some more sprays to make. You guys are really digging the make your own stuff at home stuff, which is one of my favorite things to do. I love doing those things. So I'm just on a roll, and you'll be seeing it all. So I love you guys so very much. Remember, this is progress, not perfection. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I can't stress that enough. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.